Hello, Internet. My name is Huw. I am joined by the lovely Rue. Say hello, Rue.
Hello, it's nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Imagine if it was... No, it's terrible to be here. Why have you done this? You have dragged me in here and have wanted to do... made me do this podcast show with you. It is a horror of horrors. You never wanted to be interviewed. You've just been ambushed here. You weren't even meant to be here. You just turned up in the door and I just went, you're being interviewed now.
That is true. And it's a rainy day too.
Oh, God, don't make me think about that. We are in Britain. It is officially in rainy season and I am sad. But let's start, I suppose, with, tell us a little bit more, introduce yourself, Rue, or I suppose Rue Rue, which when I say it sounds horribly like I'm trying to, sounds like a very sad puppy, effectively.
That is true.
But that's just my accent, I think, more than anything else. But tell us about yourself. What do you make? How do you make it?
So, hello. I am a singer-songwriter and producer, so I make music ever since I was a baby, basically.
Oh, interesting. So. Okay, I will ask you about that later because that's a very entertaining mental image. So let's, I suppose, talk a little. I suppose let's start really at. Sometimes I'd say start at the beginning. That's too good a story to start with. Let's save that for later. Let's talk a little bit more about to start with kind of the kind of music you make, really, because you are an artist that makes a number of different genres of music, really. Like a lot of your more recent stuff is quite poppy, but you have made everything from kind of jazz and swing all the way through to some folkier stuff and such, haven't you?
Yeah, because I'm heavily influenced by jazz and musical theater. I am such a huge musical theater nerd.
Okay.
And so that's like a big influence of mine, like Andrew Lloyd Webber and also Frank Sinatra.
Interesting. I have a couple of friends who would physically recoil at you saying the phrase Andrew Lloyd Webber and would just completely go into the power of Christ compels you.
Like, I remember the whole Bad Cinderella drama, and he carried it from the UK to the US, and then it changed. And honestly, I really wanted to watch the Cinderella in the UK, and then they brought it to New York. I lived in New York.
Right, okay.
The Bad Cinderella was...
From what I have heard, actually terrifying doesn't really do it justice. From what I've heard, it was just like, bad was taken in the way it's not supposed to be.
They changed the lyric.
To
make it more American.
Sometimes that's, to be fair, sometimes that's acceptable. I know that Hamilton had to change a lyric because there is a joke that doesn't make sense about John Adams if you're English because nobody knows who John Adams is. What kind of made you want to move into the recording side of things to make your own songs and put them out there? Was it that musical theatre background or was it kind of a whole flow of other things?
It's a mix of things, I'd say. Because my big sister, I'm from Indonesia, and she's a pop star actually in Indonesia.
Oh, very nice.
And I started when I was 18 to write for her. So it was my first professional songwriting deal.
Right.
Yes, but it's in Bahasa Indonesia. So it was very interesting and I really wanted to just keep on writing for her. Okay. So I even studied when I was studying at NYU for music business degree. I also took like songwriting private lessons. And I kept on writing and writing and writing and she never take my songs after that.
Right, okay.
But some of the songs are quite personal and I just want to put it out there, especially when I was in the school. People just connect through music.
Right.
And also that rawness. And I just wanted to start first by having a duet with her.
Right.
So that was the very first thing I released with. And then it just developed into like this journey into love. And I made a lot of things and trying different genre. To be honest, I also tried to be more like mainstream and like have like
nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with that. Is Indonesia I will admit I don't know much about the music scene there, but I would guess just from location there is a reasonably heavy influence in kind of J-pop, K-pop, idol, and band culture in scenes there.
There's a lot. So when I'm trying to break into mainstream, I always think about K-pop. Okay. And Indonesia itself, it's actually the third biggest market for K-pop.
Interesting. What's the second? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't learn like what's the second.
Wait, you're telling me music business doesn't teach you all of the random facts about audience sizes?
Unfortunately not, but I research a lot on K-pop because it just always, I find it really fascinating. Everyone was learning Korean, so a lot of my friends can speak Korean. Quite proficiently, I'd say.
Just from being fans of K-pop. Wow,
mostly.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, and I think nowadays a lot of people are also just simply going to Korea to study because they have like a lot of scholarship program and stuff. So it's that really interesting relation between, especially it started with K-pop and K-drama.
Right. Yes.
There's
of course.
this whole fascination of Korean. And,
I was going to say we've had especially with K-drama, we've had some of that over in the UK and such recently as well. But when you were going into the industry, I suppose, because you were obviously going in the footsteps, I suppose, of your sister. She's already made quite a successful career there. Were you going in with the thoughts of, I want to be kind of a K-pop star in that sense?
I just wanted to be a part of the music world, and I never really want to be in the K-pop.
Right, gotcha.
Actually. But I like to have like some influences on K-pop, especially I feel K-pop itself really brings like the Asia name like to the table.
Right, okay.
And I actually did a lot of research on this, and because K-pop, like Asian representation just increased, and there's also the increased tolerance of people just accepting lyrics in different languages.
Interesting.
So even like if I want to sing in Indonesia, maybe now it's more accepted. And there are like big bands in Filipino like BINI or SB19. So they take notes from K-pop, but they're not exactly K-pop.
Right. Music, I think, has always been a cultural uniter in many ways, just because a lot of music cribs from so much other music. Okay, but let's talk, I suppose, a little bit more then about going into finding your own feet and going into, I suppose, going into music studying, really, because you kind of, your day job, I suppose, is in the business side of music, really, isn't it? You make music yourself, but you also work in kind of, you're educated in and you work in the business side of music, aren't you? Do you feel that that's been a benefit to you? Do you feel that that's let you see a bit more of what goes on behind the scenes quite literally?
Not really, to be honest.
Interesting.
Because it's just two very different worlds.
Right, okay.
And sometimes I also feel like, am I like meddling and like doing something that I'm not supposed to be? Because it's two different sides. Like I'm doing something that I'm supposed to be surfacing to, like in the business sense. So I like to keep them separate to the point that I make a separate name and persona for my artist project.
Gotcha. Would you say then that the kind of the persona as Rue Rue is quite different from you, or would you say it's kind of a reflection? What's the process you had of building that separation?
Rue Rue is really something that is inside me that I bring out, and to be honest, for me to express things, it's just way easier with music, whether it's like those lyrics or the melodies. So that's how Rue Rue came to be, and that's who Rue Rue is. It's just truly the depth of me. So it's, to be honest, the truest version of me.
Right, okay.
So, which is really interesting because I guess, if possible, I'd like to have my other secret persona also
be you. Yeah, I know it's just like, you've got you and then you've got you. Which is, sorry, there is a fight in my brain here to make a dad joke on you and Rue Rue. And it's just, it works, but I feel ashamed of it. But let's talk, I suppose, a bit more about the music and about making it. Because you said you are your own producer, aren't you? So you make pretty much everything in your songs yourself, don't you? How does that work, I suppose? How do you approach that, really?
It does come by feel, and to be honest, music is just around me. Ever since I was 3, I like did ballet, and I started singing when I was 5.
Oh, wow.
It's just all around, and sometimes as a musical fan, I suppose, I think of the world as a big musical. Right. So if I'm not plugged in and listening to music, to be honest, I might be singing something I know or singing some random things that I just like, oh, that sounds good and that's original. So I just put on my voice memo.
You fully have the full voice notes memo. It's just
I have a lot.
So how do you then build just from that idea into a full song, really?
It starts everywhere.
I don't know what I expected given your answer to the previous question, but that makes a lot of sense, really. So it's not really, I suppose in some ways it's not a process then.
I guess wherever it starts, whether it's from the lyrics or it starts with the melody that I put lyrics into it, or sometimes when someone is talking and then I'm getting really bored, but then I'm like, this is an interesting story, but you know, let's make it implicitly about them. And so I just start writing things, or then the melodies come to mind, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god, this will be really good if there's like horns or something in here.
Okay.
So I just like take those notes. Like sometimes my voice memo will go like na 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 na, and then horns. Blah, 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 blah. So
okay, interesting. I suppose you've got a lot of control over your music, but you've also got no other output, no other influence, no other bouncing board, really. So kind of how does that kind of process go for you, really?
Most importantly for me is like the lyrics and the vocals. So from there, usually I just layer my vocals a lot. I really like those harmonies stacked. And then from there, I just make the music. But sometimes I also use loop hack.
Okay, right, gotcha.
So I got like into this really nice website that I found, like I subscribed to it like recently.
You are welcome to plug it if you like. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh, I don't mind. It's actually Overtune. Like it's a new website, and they make really good packs, to be honest. And it's just easier because I can use DAW. But they actually make it for people that can't really use DAW.
Oh, interesting.
So, like, you can pick a lot of loops, and like from this pack, then you can like use these things, and then you can mix from another pack these things. So it was really easy to just think of it and then make it into the process, and it kind of changes my music too sometimes.
Okay, I was going to say, are you kind of finding the loops that work for what you have in your head, or are you kind of starting with the loops? Because I've always had the trouble with those of whenever I put a loop into anything I've made, I do just end up building everything around the loop, which I always feel limits originality. So how do you make that work in the flow of your songs to make sure I suppose it's still your song, really?
Yeah, I think that was the hard thing, because I just started using it too like a few months ago. So it will be like for my newest song for starting 2026. But to be honest, I use loop when it's not something that is my specialty. Because to be honest, I really want to hire like a full band. But I don't have the...
Everybody wants a full orchestra. I want this, it's so expensive, but I want this.
That's a dream. Like even adding like someone to just do a saxophone. Like I used to invest a lot in like the music that I made, like with my first song, it was actually produced by someone else. And
right, okay.
I literally say, I want a saxophone in there. So they actually call someone to do it. But it is with a lot of money.
Money is the limiter for a lot of our dreams, unfortunately, in this industry.
Yeah, and for next year, I really want that band sound. And I don't really know what band sound is, so that's why it started there. But if it's piano, then I'll play it my own, although I'm like quite amateur in it. But then again, you can keep on recording.
I was going to say, yeah, that is in many ways the benefit of DAWs and such, in that you can... Like, you can splice things together to bring together all the best different takes and such. Then, I mean, do you think you want to go more towards the kind of Rat Pack era big band, kind of go towards that Sinatra influence you were talking about? Or do you want to kind of go more towards the Roaring 20 style? What kind of band do you think you want to look at, or look for, rather?
I guess it's more of that Sinatra kind of style and those era of jazz in general. Jazz when it was in the musical theater world.
Right,
because Frank Sinatra is a really good musical theater actor.
Okay.
Like all those movies.
Right, so it's like the Cole Porter era sort of thing.
Yeah.
So kind of like the high society and all that jazz.
That songbook is like...
I was going to say, Well Did You Ever is one of my favourite songs, and I am always saddened by the fact that I have yet been able to perform it live with my Amdram group. It's just like, let me do it, dang it. But let's talk, I suppose, then about the music you're going to be performing today, because you've got a couple of covers for us and you've got a couple of originals. So let's talk about your originals first.
First one is A Cup of Coffee. So it was my first ever release, just alone, solo, because the first ever was a duet with my sister, and it was like more jazz and like more niche, but I want to make like this Rue Rue Persona starts with something more mainstream, and I actually took influence from K-pop on that song, because I really like this song Icon Love Scenario, and so it was heavily influenced by that, but someone produced it for me. And I made it actually because someone gave me a cup of hot chocolate in a study lounge.
Hold on a second. There's a disconnect here.
Coffee or chocolate, right? But it was in 2018, and I decided to write a song about it years after, because suddenly I just remember that memory. I was on a road trip, and so you were just like, there's nothing to do.
Right, because it sticks out, and it's always the random memories that come back to you just completely out of nowhere that are some of the most influential. Okay, then what about the second song? Because obviously we recorded this a little bit in advance, but yesterday was quite a big day for your musical career, wasn't it? So what did you release that you're going to give us today? It's a leading question time.
So I just released a song very close to my heart, and it's called "Once Was a Dream."
Okay. So what sort? Again, give us the ins. Tell us a little about it.
Yeah, basically it's a song about how hope refuses to give up, and it's just a combination of like all of the wants of like just connecting with people through music.
Right.
And I feel like I've been making it a reality, but this song is really about wanting to make it a reality.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and how, you know, sometimes people are just mean and like they try to drag you down. And to be honest, that's why I started quite late too, like into releasing music and stuff. But I'm not letting anyone drag me down anymore. And I feel like,
to use musical theatre terms, it is your I Want song.
It is my I Want song, yes.
And then you've got a couple of numbers coming up later on in 2026 as well, aren't you? So tell us a little bit more about those before we go take you into the live room, so to speak.
Yeah, especially it will be a really fun time next year because all of my songs have been like quite ballad and happy. So I want to make people cry in the future.
Oh,
in a good way.
You're going into the Alanis Morissette, like the new Alanis Morissette era.
I guess so, but in a band, and like it will start with anger. And afterwards, I want to start with crying. So, you know, like, because life is just, there's a lot of emotions in life. And I want to make people happy, first and foremost. And that's why all of the songs, until now, are happy. And so in the future, I want to delve into, like, more of this, like, sadness and anger, but in a hopefully empowering way. And if someone is too sad when listening to my new song, so they can go back to my current song and then be cheerful.
Okay. I look forward to hearing that. It sounds like you are going to break all of my emotions down and try and rebuild them again, but that's kind of the best thing. I have one more question. Eponine, Cosette, or Fantine?
Fantine.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
If I play it live, Fantine, because it's like the best role on earth, I heard.
Okay.
Because, you know, you just come in, you make a very heart-wrenching thing.
You come in, you break the hearts, you go home.
Yeah, and then you come back like at the end. And like everyone will be like, oh my God, Fantine!
Practical Les Miserables. I've always said you can tell a lot about a music. You can tell a lot about a musician in both of any gender, effectively, about whether they want to play any of the Fantine, Eponine, Cosette, or Valjean, Javert, Marius, and such. You can tell a lot about people's preferences and styles and such. Plug your stuff, Rue.
So, hello, my name is Rue Rue, and you can find me on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, even NetEase, you name it. It's Rue Rue, R-U-E, R-U-E.
And what about socials? Where can we find you there?
So you can find me on Rue Rue Muse. That's R-U-E, R-U-E-M-U-S-E. I'm available mostly on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube on that end. And also Red Note.
Ooh, I don't know that one.
It's like a app from China.
Ah,
so
interesting.
When TikTok, because when I was in US.
Oh, of course, it's the one that became very, very popular when they thought it was going to get banned, isn't it? Yes,
yeah,
of course.
So people were moving there.
Ooh, yeah, very, very fun one. We'll see where that goes. But either way, thank you very much for coming on today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let's get you in front of the stage, finally, with no more interruptions. This is Rue Rue performing live on a new music show. Take it away.
A cup of coffee keeps the dark away. Let the clouds pass by, yeah it does. Believe me. A cup of coffee, time to seize the day. Even on Mondays, I'll see you again today. It will be the day, roaming in circles, round and round we go, tailing each other. Now it's time to go, time to stop the chase. Our hearts take wings, time to meet again. More, so deep, falling in love. cup of coffee, pull two hearts closer, and now you are near. I'll keep you near. Roaming in circles, round and round we go, tailing each other. Now it's time to go. Time to stop the chase. Our hearts take wings. Time to meet my gaze. Let's fall so deep, falling in love, falling in love. Time to meet your fate. She's near, she's near. It's time to meet your fate. She's near, she's near. And for the second song, I'm going to sing something that I learned from Disney when I was watching the Finding Nemo. And it's such a lovely song also from Bobby Darin. And the title is, I hope you know this song, Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ship that goes sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, he's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to his arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. And I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before, and happy we will be beyond the sea. And never again I'd go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ship that goes sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, he's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to his arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the stars, it's near beyond the moon. And I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. And happy we will be beyond the sea. And never again I'd go sailing. No more sailing. No more sailing. And to close this off, I'm going to sing something very close to my heart that earlier we talked about a little bit. And it's actually my most recent release. And it's about where hope refuses to give up and never listen to those who try to break your spirit and your dreams. Here's Once Was a Dream. Once I dreamed of a place far above. I reached out to the sky, but no one seemed to see. Once I screamed to the sky far above, but no one seemed to hear. My pair of eyes long to see, my pair of arms long to fly. Can someone see me? Can someone hear me? I'm down here longing for the sky. Ah, ah, ah. Once was a dream, but will it ever be reality? Not just a wish away. Once was a dream, will be reality. I will be there someday. My pair of eyes long to see, my pair of arms long to fly. Can someone see me? Can someone hear me? I'm down here longing for the sky. Once was a dream, will be reality. I will be there someday.